What's up everyone, I'm Baron Corvo, and in today's video, I have some pretty exciting news to share about Type Wild. Before we get into it though, I want to give a quick shout out to the person who drew this to my attention, Callan CPU, I believe I'm saying that correctly. They brought it to my attention via our Discord, which by the way I will link in the description. So huge shout outs to them for bringing this to me. But what it is a tweet, and I'll just show it straight to you just because it's easier to do that way. This comes to us from MOA151 or MOA151. And as you can see, it's mostly in Japanese, but below in English it says, "I'm currently in the process of, quote, Type Wild new version. Give us a little more time, don't miss it." And below is this screenshot of a Mewtwo model. And this was all we had for a time. It was from a little bit ago, back in September, I believe. And so I didn't feel the need to make a video on it at the time. But it was confirmation of a new version of Type Wild, which has me very, very excited. And so, someone inquired below about rollback, and unfortunately they do confirm that it will be delay-based. But if that means built-in net play, that's already huge, and I'll elaborate on that towards the end. But just recently, just yesterday, excuse me, as of this recording, we got this in-game footage of the Mewtwo character, and also it doesn't look like it does look like they have upgraded the graphics a bit, because the canyon in the background looks like a little more defined. It's a little bit brighter. You can see the Murkrow better. So that may just be my eyes playing tricks on me, but it's definitely at least a bit of an upscale. But here is the footage of the Mewtwo. So I'll just press play so you guys can take a look at this, and then I'll give you my thoughts after that. So we got jumps, backdash, forward dash. We got some normals, which I'll go over later. And then this at the end. So that's the big thing there. Okay. So now my thoughts on what all we're seeing here. So first of all, the jumps. These are pretty crazy fast jumps. I haven't really taken the time to compare to the speed of the other characters currently in the game. But these are pretty fast, and fast jumps can usually be quite useful. So hopefully they're just as strong for Mewtwo as they would be for any other character. But moving on to the backdash. So that right there, that screams invincible backdash to me. And if it's an invincible backdash, that's very, very strong. Now, I haven't really run tests on the other characters' backdashes or forward dashes to see what kind of properties they have, whether or not we already have some invincibility on existing backdashes. But if it is an invincible backdash, that's a very powerful tool, and I think it would be a very interesting thing to add to the game. And then the forward dash. Now this looks like a run to me, and the only character with a run so far is Lucario, and Lucario's run is super, super strong. He can do empty lows out of it. He gets a short hop. That means that he can do overhead low 50-50s, and just he gets his highest reward off of that, so that's really scary. So if Mewtwo has something that powerful, we could be looking at a very, very scary character very quickly. And then the normals, I'm just gonna pause it in frame advance, kind of. So it looks like, we got looks like jab here. Looks like it comes out reasonably fast. Actually, kind of good range for a jab, looks like. Nothing really special. Then, if I had to guess, this is standing heavy punch. Bit of a wind up there, as you can see, but it looks like it has decent range, maybe around the range of Gardevoir's heavy punch. What's next? Looks like we got crouching light punch, which, by the way, little side note, looks a lot like Magneto's crouching medium punch from the Marvel vs. series. Not particularly useful information, just thought it was interesting. and then we move here. And I've been told this is from the manga, but you know, he just gets a spoon, cause why not? Whack. That looks like it'll have pretty darn good range if I had to guess. It's really hard to tell because he's in the corner already. Looks like the hitbox is a bit delayed in coming out, so that's interesting. So that might be a command normal, it might be a special. It's a little hard to tell from this footage. But moving on, this looks like a standing heavy kick to me. Looks like a good poke. Dealt pretty sizable chunk of damage too. Alright, and then this one, this is the big one. So I'll let it play in full motion. So that right there. So this looks like an air special rather than some kind of jump normal, because at this point jump normals don't knock down, save for like I believe just Snorlax's jump heavy punch. I could be mistaken, but off the top of my head it's the only one I can think of that knocks down at all. But this looks like it's taking it a step further and ground bouncing. So that says to me that it's an air special, like maybe they might call Iron Tail or whatever. But the tail strike and the ground bounce, because look, he's fully recovered right here. This is his idle animation. We've seen it already. So you can almost 100% combo out of this, unless he's like an invincible special fall state or whatever. But you can almost certainly combo out of this. And launcher combos in this game have proven very, very strong. I'd have to see other special moves to see like just how strong probably this would be. But this is looking like a very powerful tool. So I'm very, very interested to see how it synergizes with the rest of his kit. But that's the extent of what we've got right now. We've got a little footage. We've got the model screenshot, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, new version and at least one new character. If I had to guess, it's probably only one, but you can't stop me from dreaming, so whatever. But it also seems like they're gonna have net play built in. That would be huge. I said I would talk about it before. I'm gonna talk about it now. Because right now we've got Lilithport, which is old and very confusing to use. I've tried to get it to work, and then I just gave up because nobody's gonna try and put as much effort into getting it to work as I did. So I figured it probably just was not worth the effort for the community. But then I did get Parsec netplay working, and it works fine, but built-in netplay just completely cuts out the middleman, and we would be able to just go ahead and play online with anyone that we wanted to. If it's direct, like, it could have a ranked mode for all I know. So that would be a huge step forward for Type Wild, and I would be very excited to see that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think of what we've seen so far. What are your hopes for the new version of Type Wild? I personally am holding out hope for a new and improved training mode. I would also like to see, I'd just love to see that built in online. That would be so huge to me. But that training mode, if you think some characters could use some buffs, some nerfs, feel free to let me know those in the comments as well. But that's going to be it from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.